Hey, congrats to Mike Davis picking up those tickets to pick his flick. Celebration Cinema. We appreciate you calling in, Mike. If you know Mike, you may want to give him a buzz because I think he's got an extra ticket to a movie and he'll have that popcorn bucket too. So you'll have everything you need. Enjoy the show. Speaking of the show, we continue with West Michigan Live in studio behind the mitten now. John Gonzalez, Amy Sherman. Gonzo and Amy have brought special guest Dave Ringler, back by special request and demand here. Yeah, absolutely.
He is back.
Rings, we appreciate you being here.
Ich bin wieder da.
Do you want me to interpret that for you, Justin?
Go ahead. Give me the translation.
I'm down with anything going down today.
All right, I like that.
And what is going down today? It's a special day.
There's
it's
beverages.
A national holiday.
There's beverages in studio. And what is today?
Special week for us, actually. Monday was German Beer Day, which was also the 502nd anniversary of the Reinheitsgebot, the German beer purity law.
Yeah.
And today is National Pretzel Day.
Hooray!
You know what we brought for you today, Justin?
I can get behind all of this. What'd you bring, Rings?
We brought a pretzel as big as you.
I love that. First of all, what are we drinking?
This is the Kuster Original Weissbier. It's not just for breakfast anymore.
But it is today.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, this is a Bavarian-style wheat beer. This is actually a 600-year-old recipe. You get little hints of nuttiness and banana to that, and it goes wonderfully with a
pretzel.
Bavarian pretzel.
So what's the difference between, other than the sheer size of this thing, what's the difference of these?
Well, it's actually a kind of they use Lauch, or lye, I guess that Lauch is a German word, but lye is the kind of the secret ingredient in that. We actually, when we were opening Cedar Springs Brewing Company, we visited, between Chef and I, about 200 bakers throughout the Midwest, trying to find someone that could make us this authentic pretzel or help us with this authentic pretzel, and we ended up having to go to the source. So this is Bavarian dough that we actually use and finish it off here. So, and then we use a little Kräuterbutter, which is an herbed butter we make in house, along with some Deutsche Senf, Bavarian German middle spiced mustard, I guess. It's mustard.
It's not mild,
but it's kind of a little. It's got a little special spice to it. Yes.
So what's the history of the pretzel? Where do these guys come up with this thing?
Well, the amazing thing is it goes fantastically with beer. So when you walk around a beer garden, we have made a couple compromises to America here. We serve it generally warm in the brewery, but over there they'll bake them twice a day. And when you walk into restaurants, or if you're in the beer garden, they're just sitting on there'll be smaller ones sitting on a table in a restaurant that you can just help yourself. They'll charge you for them, but whatever you eat, you're welcome to help yourself. But in beer gardens, there's usually a booth somewhere, and there's a little lady sitting in there, and they bake them twice a day generally, and they're out there. And when you go to the beer garden, you grab a pretzel and you go get a couple of moss, and you sit out there and enjoy your refreshments.
They work well together because you got the pretzel, you get something to go with the beer, but then they also kind of offset each other and. You get a little. Well,
it's a little pace car too. So that does help you as well.
It does help you out, doesn't it? Yeah.
Slow your roll. Have a pretzel.
Speaking of your event, though, today you guys have. I'm looking at the menu. You got the queso and pretzel bites. You have a Bavarian burger, pretzel crusted schnitzel, beef pot roast. Ready at 5, and it's National Pretzel Day. You guys are celebrating.
Yeah, our daily special today is we have 4 new items that are in addition to our regular big old pretzel, but they're all pretzel-themed items for to help celebrate here.
You had me.
We're here for you.
National holiday.
Yeah. You see, I love these days. You didn't even know. There's every day is a national day, but I can get behind National Pretzel Day. I like that.
Well, it's amazing that it's right in line with German Beer Week, too. So.
Perfect. Yeah. And now, by the way, if you want to celebrate in style, you got to do it right with the folks at Cedar Springs. Speaking of doing it right behind the mitten, this will be one of the things that we put on the agenda. John and Amy, what do we got coming up? And then we're going to tear into this pretzel.
We are. Well, it's a busy show for Behind the Mitten, which airs, we believe, at 10 p.m. Saturday night here on the radio station. But we're going to explore.
We'll text you and let you know.
We'll text you. Yeah. I did not get my daily text here. But we're going to take to Lake Michigan shoreline, where they have a great wine trail. I think we all focus on northern Michigan, obviously, which they have a great wine trail there. But Amy and I ran into some pretty cool winemakers over there.
We did. It's a really great show. It's very interesting because, like John said, it's not where you normally think of going to visit some wineries, but there's some great ones down there. We got to visit with people from Lazy Ballerina Winery and Karma Vista Winery, and then we totally blow things up, and instead of doing Beer of the week. We do wine of the week, and we picked something from 12 Corners Winery, which was a place that we had never been to before. So it's pretty fun. And we'll tell everybody more about their upcoming festival, which is happening June 16th, the Lake Michigan Wine Fest. They have a really great lineup planned where you can try all the wineries from the Lake Michigan Shore Wine Trail in one place on June 16th.
You know the interesting thing about the pretzel I'm looking at here on your Facebook page here, Dave? Let's come back to the pretzel.
Like a moth to the flame.
It looks like it's smiling at me. The pretzel is smiling
It's
at
a
me.
happy pretzel.
Yeah.
Smiling at me.
Look at the one we brought. This one's smiling at you, too.
All right. What else this week? Anything else? We got John Gonzalez sneaking in a picture.
Tweeting as we speak.
What else is coming up this week?
There's lots of actually it's kind of the start, I feel, of like beer fest season, right?
Yeah.
It rings, and there's lots of different things happening. One big one on Saturday is the Shorts Annie Party. I think it's their 14th annual Annie Party.
It is, yes.
And that is one heck of a party. If you've never gone up to Bel Air to experience that, we highly recommend. Get a room at Shanty Creek and then head on over to Shorts. It is so much fun.
Live music. They're going to have the Detroit Party marching band in the streets. Joe will give his State of the State address. It's pretty fun
The
time.
State of the State address.
State of the state of his mind. Yeah.
A lot of beer events. What else is going on?
Well, there's Beer Fest at the Ballpark taking place in Lansing, which is a great festival that our friend Paul Starr from Mama Beer Hound
This
puts
is the
on.
first year I personally have to miss it. My crew's going.
Oh, yeah.
So Cedar Springs will be there.
We're
Okay.
obviously heading. Well, yeah, we're heading down to World Beer Cup.
Yes,
so.
of course. Yeah. But it's a great festival right there at Cooley Law School Stadium where the Lugnuts play. And then there's also another festival. Where's that one at, Amy?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Is that
Treetops Resorts.
Grill on the
right,
Hill?
the Big Green Egg Festival.
Egg Fest,
yeah.
At Treetops. That's going to be a great one. That's co-sponsored by Bliss Gourmet. They're going to have, I think, 30 different teams grilling different things on the big green eggs, competing against each other, and you get to try samples and stuff like that from all of their stuff.
A lot of great Michigan beer there as well.
Yeah.
Fluffy's in town.
Fluffy's in town. I mean, that's
You're going to see
I'm
Fluffy.
going to go see Fluffy. Gabriel Iglesias will be at the Wings Event Center on Saturday night. It's a great show. Oh, my gosh.
And then you even have something for the kids.
Yeah, Dia del Niño is taking place on Saturday over at Cesar Chavez Elementary School. It's free. Starts at 11 o'clock. You know, they'll have face painting, bouncy things for the kids. But really, it's free. Go and you'll learn a lot about different cultures, which I love.
I like that you got something for the kids and something for the adults, too. You got to balance it out.
You got it, man.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it again. Behind the Mitten coming up.
10 p.m. Saturday night.
Hang on. Don't go anywhere. We're getting the pretzel out next.
That's right. Celebrate National Pretzel Day at Cedar Springs Brewing today.
Getting the pretzel out next. Hang on. Dave Ringler's in studio with us from Cedar Springs. We'll be back right after this in West Michigan Live.